A look at the final tally in Uasin Gishu, where Chemutai Gowen has been keeping tabs very closely. Let's take a look at those numbers.
Hours of waiting for the final tally of the Tarbo constituency results caused anxiety amongst leaders and their supporters and agents, who had pitched tent at the Eldoret Polytechnic, which was the county tallying centre for Uasin Gishu County. The leaders forced to look for the returning officer, whom they claimed was delaying the process. The leaders saying they were keen on the release of the final tally, declaring them as winners to facilitate their travel to Nairobi, where they were set to join their party leader, UDA presidential candidate William Ruto, as he awaits the result of the presidential tally at the National Tallying Centre, which the process of tallying the results from the 290 constituencies and, of course, the diaspora vote has kicked off in earnest. Attempts by the Uasin Gishu County Returning Officer Irene Mutai to calm the crowd, frowned upon by the leaders. Eventually calm was restored, and the returning officer of the Tarbo constituency came out to finalize the tally. An hour-long session of praise and worship kept those in the hall entertained as they awaited the completion of the process of tallying. Hours later, the Uasin Gishu County Returning Officer announced the final results, declaring the winners of the gubernatorial, senatorial and county woman representative seats.
Mandago Jackson Kiplagat had
347,680 valid votes had been cast, with 3,864 termed as rejected votes. First to be awarded his certificate was Senator-elect Jackson Mandago, who trounced his only competitor Robert Kemei by garnering 252,800 votes against Kemei's 94,785.
Has been duly elected as the county woman member of the National Assembly.
In the woman representative position, Gladys Bose-Sholei trounced her opponents by garnering 292,144 votes, followed by Kemboy Dorcas, who garnered 54,742 votes, with those turning out in this election being 350,507 voters, marking a 69.23% turnout. And after a heated gubernatorial contest that saw the supporters of the two main challengers engage in clashes, Jonathan B., otherwise known as Koti Moja, trounced his main challenger Zedekiah Bundotich, otherwise also known as Buzeki, by garnering 214,036 votes against Buzeki's 127,013.
Quitters never win and winners never quit. I'm so grateful that I've kept on trying. This is about 20 years trying to look for an elected position, but God has finally opened the door, and I thank the people of Uasin Gishu for believing in me, believing in my manifesto, believing in what we are going to do together, and I'm so happy, and I know we'll travel this journey together, and finally we will be winners at the end of the day. And we intend to revamp the agriculture sector, we intend to revamp the health sector, and also the areas of infrastructure. And remember, right now we are going into what we call digital transformation, and we want to see how ICT and e-government can help our county.
First and foremost, let me take this opportunity to thank the people of this county for the peaceful election. So many naysayers were busy saying that this county, there will be problems here and there, but I think they have seen for themselves that not just this county, but this country has matured politically. And the citizens of this country have capacity to make decisions without necessarily quarreling with one another. Secondly, let me thank the people of this county for the opportunity they gave me as their governor for 2 terms and the opportunity to serve in the Senate. Our biggest role in the Senate is to ensure that counties have resources, and for those of us who have been governors and going to Senate, one of the agendas we have is to make sure that all devolved functions plus the funds meant for those devolved functions actually move to counties. We all know a lot of money has remained in agriculture in the Ministry of Agriculture in Nairobi. Money has remained in Ministry of Health in Nairobi that were meant for devolved function. It is important that we ensure that those resources go to counties so that governors and the executive can be able to decide that function.
And in line with an agreement by most of the Uasin Gishu County leaders, they resorted to suspending their celebrations until the final presidential result was declared. And with the conclusion of the exercise here in Uasin Gishu County, attention now moves to the Bomas of Kenya, where leaders from this region will be joining their Kenya Kwanza counterparts as they await the final declaration of who will be Kenya's 5th president. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV at the Eldoret Polytechnic, Uasin Gishu County.